Well, I mean, name Izem. Them call me the king, hey. Give me little flames, let me scotch everything. Fire brigade can't stop this spreading, and me say no man at all can't stop jobless in a way them feel. Capture the scene like a seizure. Fight the fight like
welcome, my viewers and subscribers. And we are in Red Hills Road today. And we're vibing with a new artist by the name of Kxng Izem. Kxng Izem.
Bless up, Wagwan. Respect.
Yeah. What you want the viewers them know about Kxng Izem?
Kxng Izem is a reggae artist, a young, upcoming reggae artist. And, you know, we're bringing forward a music with a different sound. You know, because even though we say reggae, reggae is just a consciousness that we put on the beat. However, the sounds, it might be mixed, so it can be at R&B at times, but the message always remains reggae. So Kxng Izem is just a reggae artist, a young reggae artist, bringing forth a change. Giving a change and a message that youths and the elders can relate to. But the reason why I tell you just a while ago, say the sounds might be different is because we're in a time where the movement of the people, because you know a beat, a rhythm is basically the tempo of a people, you know.
Yeah.
So how people are moved now, it really influences the beats of the rhythm. So trap, or when you talk about trap, it's like how the youths them actually behave, and I saw them going to the studio and create the music. So we talk about Bob Marley music, when you go one trap, you go chick, 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 and you kind of slow on it in a irie vibe. That are the movement of people in them time there. So Kxng Izem now, we observe the movement, as you say, research we that about earlier.
Yeah.
We research people and the movement and what people like and how people behave in today and put it back into the music. So comes now we create what we're giving out. You get what I mean?
Yeah. I hear a couple of names for you. Petro, Raspi,
yeah.
Kxng Izem. Tell me about them names there. And where you always Kxng Izem?
Alright, so I started out with the name Dimi Rush, and my first name is Dimitri. So in high school, my name was Dimi Rush. So Metro, as I hear my uncle call me Metro, is a name I call me from a little boy. I don't know why I'm giving me that name there. But musically it was Dimi Rush, then it was Dimitri Izem, and now Kxng Izem. So Raspi, you hear Raspi, that was my all name over Chancellor, Raspi. Them call me legend too. So Kxng Izem and Dimitri Izem, Dimi Rush, them they are my musical name. So it's an evolution. As you know, when I hear Dimi Rush, I know that really immature. Then it move up to Dimitri Izem, then Kxng Izem. And the King represents confidence. And the Izem, just listening to the name, it kind of gives that Afrocentric kind of feeling there. So it brings me home. And it represents the root side of Kxng Izem.
Yeah. And I heard you mention Chancellor Hall. I know, you know, I've had some experience, you know, navigating campus life, you know, and a symbol of the Chancellor Hall is the lion. You know, tell us about that experience.
And the Izem now in Swahili, it means lion as well, so it represents the bravery as well. So the experience on Chancellor Hall, it was... it's a hardcore experience, as a lion that I represent. It's a hardcore experience, but the main objective of Chancellor Hall really is to teach youths unity. And when you go to Chancellor and them place, they know you find a family outside of your immediate original family, outside of your blood family, you find a next family. So it was an experience where Bill turned a cub into a lion, if you want to say so. Yeah, man, because it makes you rough, you're there on your own. Sometimes you don't have food, but the thing with the lions, them now, them kind of roll like family. So if you don't have food, you know, say, you just can knock a door. And you not even have to knock a door, you just sit down and somebody say, yo, forward some food here. So, yeah, it's a nice experience. And as I say, groom lions. Bold, you know, Chancellor, kind of vulgar, but it make you bold and confident.
Alright, against that background and the experience that you described, like, what does your music say about you?
What does my music say about me? Really, my music, it only tells you that I observe a lot. That's what it really tells you about. It really speaks on behalf of the outside, the outer world. It really speaks on behalf of the people. and the experiences where we face, and it's not necessarily my experience alone, but somebody beside me or somebody when me reason, somebody must sit on the road out there. So, but if you really want to understand Izem by listening to my music, then it will tell you I observe a lot and analyze situations and try to break them down in a simpler way and find a resolution for it as well. Yeah, man.
What are some of the tracks you have out there?
Alright, so my latest release is Wildfire, and I released a couple months ago.
Yeah.
We have a song named Save the World. That's my favorite song out of my entire catalog still. Brighter Days, Woman, that's a song that people love. Sunday Morning, To Be, that them song they actually re-recorded to and ready for put out. Because when I released them on a project last year, November, it was a 10-track project called Many Moods of Izem. And now, I recently finished recording my Wildfire project, so I have a project Wildfire as well, when I record recently. And a lot of music out there.
Before you go any further though, why you touch on a little piece of the music there for the viewers that we watch?
Yeah, I'm touching a little piece of them.
Well, I mean, name Izem. Them call me the king. Hey, give me little flames, let me start everything. Fire brigade can't stop this spreading, and me say no man at all can't stop the blessing away them feel. Capture the sea like a seizure. Fight the fight like Chancellor. Put this up in the cleaner. Give me a feature. Roots man like proto, lyrical like teacher. Then remember that the beat and left the blood in the street. Anyway, it run when it come to you.
Yeah, yeah, man, that's a Wildfire. Yeah.
Well, what is your approach in terms of creating music?
Okay, so usually the usual approach is I get the beat, and then once the energy connect, because you have some beat where sound good, you know, but it's not every beat where sound good you really inspire for write on, you see me? So once the beat sound good and the energy right, some beat carry energy, and me personally I like beats with a kind of heavy bass line, or if not a heavy bass line, it have a little pop sound to it or a little hip hop kick. That's what me really like. So usually get the beat and then write. But it depends still. So sometimes I will dip on the road and a melody playing on my head and I just take out my phone, record it, and then I go home, find a beat, get it on. But because I'm gonna create the beats them from scratch, so that's how I really work off of the energy of the beat for most times. Yeah, man.
One of the track titles you mentioned, Save the World. Jamaica, we are troubled with crime and violence. Do you feel any kind of pressure to put out positive music out there?
Not necessarily, you know, because I mean it's a reality where we're born and come see. It's that we want to change it with music, but it's a reality when we're born and come see, and it's a thing where I'm always concerned about. So once you listen to my music, the content, the content and the substance I'm putting in it never shift. Like we never shift the content. It's always about what's happening in the society, and we always try to inflict changes. So there's no pressure. So once we see it heighten, then it even heighten our output. Sorry. So if like for example Corona come and all of these things are happen, then we have more things to sing about. So it's not really like I feel pressure. I don't feel like, oh, this happen, you're obligated to dealing with it now because that's something I always do. So I always have the content, and when we write a song now and it's relevant for something will happen in the next 10 years, because that's how conscious music work, you know. It's a struggle. We live in a world where the struggle is ongoing. So no matter when we sing the message, as we say, like Bob Marley is still relevant, because what I face now in a film time, it might happen in a different way, but it's still the same thing. So that's why it's relevant today. So no pressure. You just have to make the music, and people are feel it now, because we have our formula where we are add to it, and we still learn how to put different sounds together where people can move to know. You get me? So sounds are relevant to people now. We still work on them for the people themselves. We don't have no pressure, and people actually receive it well. Yeah, man, I have a song where I come up, as a matter of fact, named Stone Love. You can see me and another young artist. His name is Black Hero. Very talented artist, reggae. That have a very good message where I think people are gonna really love in them time.
I listen to some of your tracks, and you have some good tracks out there. How do you feel about where you're at in your musical career?
Definitely I feel great. Reason being is I criticize myself really hard. And whenever I make a song, my older brother, him always get the first listen and him not play, you know. Like when him a critique a song, him not ramping that smile. I'm show you. I'm show you know. So like when I just start make music and I used to record, I have this small computer mic, right? I used to wait till my parents leave the house and I record, a dance on my record and thing, you know. I used to record the song, the gun song them and the girl tune them and thing. And I used to send it to my brethren them and my brethren them and say, yo, you're bad and you're bad, but never really make my brother hear it, you know.
Yeah.
So people see, my friends them now see him and some of him friends them see him now and I tell him say, oh, your brother bad and artist wicked and so he must say, alright, I'm gonna listen to music. Then when him listen to the first song where people say, oh, bad and something, he look at me and say, what this? What kind of foolish? Lock off that man, what kind of foolishness? So it's like me I say, yo, John, after me I say, yo, I'm bad and me I put lyrics on. From that time, you know, him start kind of drag me over to the conscious music and thing, you know, reggae music. Him start introduce me to that. And when I really look upon it at that time, me that's my bad and thing, you know, which at the time it might be good, but throughout time, I always see a growth in my music.
Yeah.
And I can look back at some of my songs and say, yes, that was rubbish. You get me, man, say, even now, like when I record right now, I have to record a demo first and then I go to the studio and re-record it because we need to know, say, whatever we do, it makes sense. And you know, my music not perfect and there's a lot more things where I can learn and where I go learn along the way. Some things come with experience and some things come with you just sitting down and breathing, meditating and listening and just finding your feet in, isn't it? So finding a grounding, sorry. So yeah, no bad. I like when I don't know, but there's a lot more for go on. Even though I write some songs were way different from the songs that you might hear before, like way different. Different sound, like really different. And for like 2 weeks, like the past 2 weeks, I've been have a writer's block. But I get up every day, I play rhythm. And the sound just never really come up until like 2 days ago now. I start find some different songs. I write like 6-7 songs in the last 2 days. And the sound when I get from it, something I really look forward to and something I really did want to manifest. So, yeah, man.
Yeah, that level of work that you put in, where do you get the inspiration from?
Well, firstly, the legends, because you know, in studying the legends, them realize that one thing where all of them have in common is a high work ethics. So I always try to mimic that. And even like right now, I'm at my grandfather's place, and from I know my grandfather, 5 a.m. never catch him in the house yet. Early, him get up and him gone. And him not carry them in the yard, him can drive, him not drive, no carry him a walk. And he have to walk like a 30 minutes to the bus stop. Him walk like 15, because he walk really fast, but he work from 5 and him not leave here till it dark. So like was summertime now and the days them might be longer. So I'm gonna leave here like 6:37 or so. Other times he leave 6, but them things are things that I really look on and mimic. So as I wake up first thing in the morning, I do turn on some beats. Before I go to my bed, beats. So throughout the day now, I take my time and I study other music. I listen to different genres and them things there, just to keep my focus going. And fitness is the next thing. I love football, so the more like it become a part of my life, just like music.
Yeah.
So the more I exercise, is the more I feel inspired to create. So yeah, man.
When you think about some of the big collaborations out there, who are some of the persons you see yourself working with?
Collaborations. Alright, so personally, I really love to have a collaboration with Jesse Royal. You know Jesse Royal, right? Yeah, man, because I like him style of writing. He's not the biggest artist out there, but him style of writing and the message, I really feel that So other than that, Damian Marley would be a really awesome collaboration. One of my favorite artists that we look at overseas artists we talk about like Kendrick Lamar. I really love a collaboration with Kendrick. I speak it into being. Kendrick Lamar, Roddy Ricch as a young artist, Ella Mai, such a name, right? Ella Mai. Yeah, them people, I love for them kind of sound. And I feel like my kind of sound will complement it well because DJ, if my DJ fast or slow, whenever I do it with a kind of melody and a rhythm to it, and the hip hop vibe where them bring now, it kind of complement that sound really well. Jesse Royal for the roots and the consciousness, and him have that sound there, like, him have that little bounce there where I like. It's like a little dancehall trap but still reggae sound. Yes, I really love them collaboration.
What were some of the things you set out to accomplish this year before the whole COVID thing?
Alright, so by now, based on my plans, by now I should have been doing a lot of shows, like stage shows and stuff, but I mean, everything gets slowed down a bit. Everything gets slowed down because by now I should have a project out, which is Wildfire project.
Yeah.
That's why I'm released the song Wildfire at the early part of the year because I work on a project to get it out by now, doing a lot of shows, promoting that, and then trying to reach markets outside. But now we take a step back, record the songs them, where I look towards a different sound. And if you know me, I'm a project artist, like I like making projects. I have 2 projects already, everything done by me basically. So like whenever I write songs, I write them in a bulks. So I'm gonna write 10 songs, and once it sounds similar, I say, alright, it's a project that, because even though I have a couple projects when I put down I should have released last year, I have 2 projects I should have released last year, which is Legal Substance and the next one called World Jam. And now I have Wildfire put on, and we are think for work on a female project, a half love song project. So I mean, it kind of slowed down with performances, but with the music, the creation still high. So I give thanks and I learn a lot. And as I know, I'm an independent artist, and we created a label, 1024 Music.
Yeah.
So that's my label, and that's the way all of my music come through.
Yeah.
So we take time to learn even about the marketing a little bit more, and it showed in a Wildfire, like the marketing strategy for that was way better than what I had before, and at the most amount of views when I get on a video. So next time now when we release some, we're coming with a banger again. So the growth they're there.
So you had to reorient the whole approach.
Yes, and do a lot of studying and things, because music are just like school, you have to study music, like, because it's a fast pace, and you compete not only with Jamaicans, but you compete with the world, and you compete with people with the highest technology and the biggest labels, which say that a power behind it, them can do PR and all of that. So we have to really sit down and say, right, what we can make out of the little bread we have. Yeah. So bad to say, as I say, we're on a good track.
And all of that elements to the music that you highlighted just now. When you take a look back, and forecast, where do you see your music going?
Well, and that, I'm not going to try to be a prophet. I'm not going to act like I can foresee the future, but definitely I know say it's going to get really huge. It might take time, but it's going to blow up real big. And I can feel that, like when I say it, I can feel it. And I get up and just have a dream today, and tomorrow I tell you the dream will come true. Like, I can feel it because we've been putting a lot for work.
When you're looking the music world out there, where do you see your music going? What are some of the places you see, persons being listening to you?
Alright, so I say all of the 4 corners, but I start with Africa first.
Yeah.
Because they're so to me crucial, and I really like to target the audience there, because the message, them need the message more than anybody else, because if Africa get the consciousness and the message where we are seeing, then even the black people in America who are going through a specific struggle right now will kind of have something where them can fall back, and not that it's not that Africans now do the same message, but like the message where we have over here, we are see them over there and we are see them over there. Plus we are go through our own struggle, and we kind of want to include the whole diaspora. So Africa first, Caribbean, and then England and the US. So I kind of see it grow to those directions specifically. US, they more dance to the music, you know, but when the Africans hear it, them kind of break it down and them feel it, it got to them soul.
Yeah.
And we and them kind of have the same spirit, because we are Africans, as we said, that part of the diaspora. So, yeah man, Africa firstly, like that's what I wanted to reach first. I'm going to see it I got there so first, and then to the Caribbeans, England, and then America. Based on how the sound of the music when I put out is, I believe say that direction there to go. I might be wrong, but that's how I see it.
How is the performance aspect important to your music?
Performing live?
Yes.
So, alright, a lot of people will not be familiar with the artist. So the performance is one of the most important ways for artists to get themselves out. Because if you put Kxng Izem on a flyer right now, it's not that. I can't guarantee you say you're going to get 200 people who say, oh, they want to come see Kxng Izem.
Yeah.
Probably 200 people there in the event, but only 10 people want to see me. So when we go there now and perform the music and perform properly, then now I can get 100 extra from that 200 there, or I can get 150, or you get what I mean? So it's important for promotional wise, it's important. It's also important for spread the message so that people can feel it. Because sometimes people hear your music, you know, but they don't really get the words unless you go out there and deliver it to them and talk. Because you know, say when you perform, you go basically get a breakdown of your music before you sing some of the songs them. If you really study performances, you have a song like Mother say, Save the World. Like Mother say, Wildfire, alright. Wildfire is a song that represents the youths coming up through a struggle, and this is the direction we would want to see them. We would want to see everybody talent to spread like a wildfire. You get what I mean? And people probably wouldn't get the meaning there from it first, but when you actually see it in front of your face and you listen and you see the artists are moving and show you the raw emotions, people connect with
right
it.
there for me. I wanted to treat the viewers to a piece of your performance. Alright?
It warms my heart every morning when I get up and I see your face beside me. I don't know what you did, but it ignites a feeling inside me. And just the touch of your skin and the smell of your perfume excites me. If you've ever doubted yourself before, then listen to me kindly. Woman, you're a wonderful creation. Woman, you're a beautiful creation. Without you, then what would life be? Without you, then love's just not real. Woman, you're a wonderful creation. She's alright if I'm okay if she's happy when she's with me. We made the perfect synergy, so precious she gives me feelings I've never felt, protects my mental health. She fall little to the side, make me love you deep, and girl you're way more than divine, and that's how me feel. Rastafari sing a melody so nice and sweet, shivers down your spine, shaking off your feet. Love you like a Izem song, put it on repeat, grinning off your teeth, gripping off your sheet, scream out love not discreet. Let's make good memories, lock down like felonies. I'll serve 70. Woman, you're a wonderful creation. Woman, you're a beautiful creation.
Izem, where can the viewers find your music?
You can find my music on any social media platform at Kxng Izem, Kxng Izem. It's the same on every platform. So YouTube, Kxng Izem, Audiomack, SoundCloud, iTunes, Spotify, anything, Kxng Izem.
There you have it, my viewers. Kxng Izem. Go and check out his music. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe. Thank you for watching. Boom.
Man.
Yeah, man.